Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf. We're here at CMA Fest with Mandy McMillan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was looking at your schedule.
It's been insane.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm
just a
loving
little
it.
bit.
Yep. Well, I've had it easy so far. Thursday and Friday we're kind of mellow. I actually played up in Kentucky last night, but then just going full force on Saturday, Sundays. So it's busy, but I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely.
And I'm so excited to be here at CMA Fest and Fan Fair.
Is it exciting seeing all the fans here?
It is. It's so cool. I mean, of course, I know like country music's got great fans and everything, but CMA Fest just reinforces that every year. So it's really cool.
It does. And one of the things that I haven't actually talked about, we talk about how fun it is for the artists to finally meet the fans that they've seen on their social media and all of that.
Yes.
But it's really fun for me too to watch the meet and greets, watch both of the interactions. It's like that moment when you watch the bride coming down the aisle and you watch the groom looking at the bride, right?
Yes,
So when you see how they both interact with each other, for me that's phenomenal.
I love that. Yeah.
But then also the friendships. When you're told about the friendships that these fans from all over the place, they meet each other, they connect, and they stay in touch long after.
Yeah.
And then CMA Fest becomes a reunion for them.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
That's so true. I'm happy you brought that up because that's amazing. Even lately, just on my social media, hearing people, who are coming in for CMA Fest and people being, I met you last year at CMA Fest. And it's just really cool. That's, it really brings the fans and the artists together. So I love that.
It does. And it's, the city can get kind of crazy. And then when you add extra things like the Predators and, the extra excitement, it's like it's infectious. And everywhere you go, people are in just these great moods. And everybody's just laughing and screaming and hollering and having a good time. And
oh, absolutely.
Does that help you for a performance too? Because I feel like if you go in that thing energized already.
Oh yeah, you're pumped up 100%, and that's so true with the present and CMA Fest. Like Nashville is lit right now, and everybody, the excitement level is just through the roof, which is amazing. It is. And as an artist, to see people so excited, most of the time we feed off of the energy of everybody else, so it's very exciting.
Absolutely. And it's just one of those things too where I feel like it would be hard to be in a bad mood here when everybody else is just like so happy and smiling and screaming and having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so if you're in a bad mood in Nashville at all during CMA Fest, just come out to CMA Fest. It's going to flip your mood upside down.
Yes.
Seriously, because everybody here is out for a good time and great music. And have there been any experiences that you've had here so far that you're just like, oh my gosh, did that just happen? Have you seen or felt anything yet?
Well, being that today's the first day of jumping into it, I don't know if I've had too much of that, but I can say my did that just happen moment was that we didn't hit any traffic on the way down here this morning.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, a lot of people are maybe a little mellow from last night's festivities. Which is okay because it was easy for me to get here this morning, which usually, can be pretty backed up. But that was probably my did that just happen moment.
Yeah, we actually talked about that this morning because it was true. We were like, how did we get here and then get a parking spot? And this would just all happen way too smooth this morning, and we said, you know what, it was Friday night, and people were rocking out late last night having a good time.
It's going to take people a little bit more time to get ready.
Right?
Today,
well,
which is totally understandable.
The performances, man, that they're having everywhere. I mean, this place is full of so much talent.
Yes.
That you could just get tired just walking around listening to all the great music and not even drinking or running, just being out here and constantly going, wanting to listen to who's next. It's just, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. And I really love CMA Fest for that because, you do have the concerts at the stadium that you can go to at night, but there's so much free stuff going on and pop-up artists here and there. But genuinely, that's what Nashville's about. Right. Here we have, concerts that artists will just pop up to.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to give people a vibe of, this is actually Nashville. This is what happens. So
and you never know who you're going to meet backstage or walking down the hall.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you run into any of those experiences yourself in the past, just being in Nashville, like where you're just walking down the street or you go somewhere and you see somebody and you're like, what just happened there?
Oh yes, especially when I first moved here and everything, and you walk into a bar to watch the the Titans game or or something like that, and you've got Chris Young and Brett Eldridge and Dan and Chase sitting there watching the game as well, and you're like, oh, okay, pinch me, I really am in Nashville. So it's just cool. People just love to hang out here. So
absolutely.
And, I did one time actually, literally bump into Tim McGraw at a grocery store. And I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, can we just bag him up, please?
Exactly. And
put
then
him out in the car?
Miss Faith Hill running around, and I was like, this is a Nashville moment. So it's pretty
right.
cool.
And that's just so you're like, this is the greatest shopping trip ever, but it also makes you realize, you know what? They're people.
Yeah.
And here in Nashville, they're allowed to be people.
And I love that. Love that about Nashville.
I love that too. Yeah. And because I'm from California, LA, you don't see actors most of the time just walking around doing their own grocery shopping or anything like that.
Yeah, it can be a little crazy.
It can, and so that's what I love too. Is just everything is so open and free here. But let's talk about your music. What do you have coming up?
Well, I actually just released a summer single yesterday. Very excited with Silverado Records, and I'm so excited. It's called Nothing to Do, so it's available on iTunes. And we did a summer collaboration called Summer on Repeat with a bunch of different artists signed to Silverado Records. I'm super excited. We got Joe Diffie on the record, and his summer song is so good as well.
Oh my gosh!
The whole album comes out on June 23rd. Okay. But they chose to release mine as a single. It was available yesterday, so you can find it on iTunes.
Awesome! Yeah. And I'm glad that you talked about Joe Diffie. The first day that we were here, he was in here, and he's just so full of smiles, and we're watching him go from interview to interview, and he's just such a happy guy. He just seemed like so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I genuinely feel like he's just kind of classic and timeless.
Definitely.
And I've heard little snippets of his new music, and I gotta say it's really cool to see. He has the Joe Diffie factor from the 90s, and it's progressing, and it's 2017, and it's still amazing. So
absolutely.
So I'm super excited about that, and I mean it's such an honor to be on a record with him.
Right.
So
I was gonna ask, what is that like for you?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy, and it's so much fun. I was actually back home. I'm originally from Canada, so I was back home last week playing a bunch of shows and promoting the single, and just people being so excited, like, you're on a record with Joe Diffie, and I'm like, I feel like I've made it. This is what life and music is about. Like,
absolutely.
You grew up listening to someone for so long, and it's a cool feeling.
It is great. Yeah. And Canada has a great country music scene.
Yes.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that.
No, Canada is all about country music and music in general, and I genuinely feel like it's funny in the wintertime, there's not much to do up there except for to go to concerts, and so concerts pack out and they sell out, and it's crazy because Canadians just love country music and festivals and all that stuff.
Yes,
we got ranches and farms and a lot of prairies up there, so it really stems to country music.
It's funny because when you talk about it with other people from here, they're like, wait, what? I'm like, oh, you guys have no idea. Country music is not just Nashville and Texas. It is all over the place.
Absolutely.
And I think that the reason why fans are so great with country music is because of the artists.
Yeah.
Country artists are very personable. Yeah. They love their fans. They reach out to their fans. You guys connect to your fans on a level that most don't.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so they crave it, they want it, they love it. They feel like their feelings are reciprocated, they're appreciated.
Yes.
And they crave it and they want it, and they love to support.
Yeah.
And they love to watch their artists just continue to succeed. And
absolutely.
You're doing some great things, and we're excited for you.
Thank you. I'm very excited as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad you got to put that little check on your list right there. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool pinch me moment. So it's exciting. It's a journey, and I feel like this music career, it's genuinely not just about point A to Z. It's everything in between, and you're as long as you can appreciate the steps in between and get those moments, and it's worth it every second. So it's great.
And when you take notice of it too, and you realize where you were, and where you are, and where you're going, it just makes it all way more worth it.
It's great.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to tell the fans before we gotta go?
I've got social media. We got Facebook, Instagram is Mandy McMillan Music, and Twitter is Mandy McMillan. And definitely go check out the new single on iTunes.
All right, guys, you heard her. So check her out on social media. Get her new single that dropped yesterday. And stay tuned for the album later on this month. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Till next time.